Hey everybody, this is Ami Yares, the Executive Director of BuildaBridge International, and I'm here in a lovely garden as opposed to being in the confines of my house with a lovely human being named Emily Joy Goldberg, who is a singer-songwriter, activist, and now the producer of an album called Songs from the Inside. And Emily's going to tell us all about this Songs from the Inside project and why we should be paying attention to it. Emily, thank
Hi.
you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. Um, it's really nice to be with you in your garden.
And one day we'll do it in person again.
Yes, one day we will.
So tell me about Songs from the Inside and what inspired you to put this out, and who's involved in this, and what is the purpose of it being on the airwaves now?
Sure. So in a nutshell, what Songs from the Inside is a compilation album of 17 songs that were created by 17 different songwriters in Philadelphia, all during the quarantine that has been going on from late winter into the spring. It's on Bandcamp, and so you can go and listen to it. The idea of it is that each song is a different person's perspective and experience of what living through this pandemic is.
Beautiful. And what particularly I love about the title is that it's not just people writing songs from inside their homes, but songs come from inside of people. So there's a bit of a metaphor in that, and we at BuildaBridge love the use of metaphor to teach higher learnings about ourselves in the world. So I love how that fits into what's taking place. So tell me, when people get the album, where do they get it from? Where is it available right now?
So it's just on Bandcamp, and one of the reasons to have it just on Bandcamp is that artists have actually been, especially musical artists, have been hit by a big change in the way that we consume art over the past more than a decade, but especially decade. And Bandcamp it's bandcamp.com specifically is a site that has a much fairer share of the profits from selling an album than the other things out there. So that's why I wanted to put it on Bandcamp, so that we could support that kind of a way of sharing and compensating artists for the art that they do.
Right.
That's where you can get it. But in this particular case, the way that I have designed the project is that all the profits are actually going to go to two different funds in Philadelphia that are helping artists who have been affected by the pandemic.
So what are these organizations or these funds that you've chosen?
So after doing some research, I found that there were two that I felt called to support. One is the COVID-19 Arts Aid Philadelphia Fund. So that is for artists in Philadelphia who have been affected by changes in our work due to COVID. And the other one is the Emergency Gap Relief Fund for Philly's Black working artists. And the reason why I wanted to choose that one also is that in the way that we fund everything in this country, we systemically have under-resourced the people of color who have been creating art and everything, but now we're talking about art, right? So this is a way to try, in one way, to balance that work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really powerful thing to be doing. I think the ability to be an artist is hard enough as it is, and then you add the systemic oppression that people of color have endured needlessly in this country, and specifically, and Philadelphia has its own sordid history of how artists have been treated as well. Sure. And so this is great. This project is not only providing hope, but also giving a chance for equity and to give people the resources. And in general, arts in general are given are having a tough time. And I don't know if you're aware of this, that right now in the city of Philadelphia, the city has decided to possibly take away $4 million from the Office of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy and the Philadelphia Cultural Fund, which is responsible for funding a large number of nonprofits. And without that funding, these nonprofits won't exist. And these artists of color and other artists who are doing the work out here, they are healers. They're not just entertainers. They are not just teachers. They are facilitators. They are conveners, and they are peace builders. And they are they're the magic between the lines of all the laws and of all the things taking place in Philadelphia that really hold the city together. And so I'm really grateful for Songs from the Inside coming out at this time. As a singer-songwriter myself, it deeply touches me that when people really tap into what's taking place currently and to make a sonic offering to us. And I'm really grateful that you're doing this heart work for us, because Lord knows we need it right now.
Yeah. You know, what that made me think of, everything you're saying resonates so deeply. And I was inspired to get in touch with you about talking about this project because I feel like the core of the project is creating community, using music. That music is this tool that really ties us together. And I feel like that's what you're doing in the work that you do, through BuildaBridge and through your own work and your own music. And I think that that is something that I always have been really moved by. And I think that the thing that we need is to recognize that in this time when we feel like we are separated by space, that there are ways that we can be together and connected still in community. And actually, it's interesting just doing this interview and looking at you and seeing the image next to you that you have there. I really feel like this music is it is a thread through the city and through all of us. And just like all kinds of communities in our life, I have this group there of 17 of us, each one that created a song from their own experience. And then people started talking to each other, helping each other out on different tracks. And now we're all part of this particular community, knowing that we can support one another in the work that we're doing. And now we're sharing it with the wider world, and it can bring all of us together. When I listen to all the tracks in the album, not just mine, I hear my own experience in the way that different people talk about the way they see life in quarantine. And I think that that helps me continue. It helps me feel not alone. And I hope that that can be true for you and for everybody who can have a chance to hear the project.
Well, I appreciate you, and I really appreciate what you're saying. This is the time when we need to feel less alone. And I think it's very easy to get caught up in our own individual narratives, but it's really having a support network, having a community is what will save us in the end of hearing other people's stories and listening to them and having them listen to our own and basically not feeling alone. We are social creatures. Yeah. And without that, we will fall hard. So I want to thank you for being a part of this. Do you have the web address that people can find?
Yep.
Songs from the Inside?
Yep. It is, I will let you know right now. It is emilyjoysings.bandcamp.com. So it's EMILYJOYSINGS.bandcamp.com.
Great, and that'll appear there. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And also I'll say to our listeners and viewers right now, if you want to check out more about BuildaBridge's work, you can find out more at buildabridge.org. We also have programming Mondays through Thursdays right now and alternate Sundays of free, hope-infused visual and performing art making. And we hope you can be a part of it as much as humanly possible, because we want you to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And the last thing that I want to leave you with today is something that we say at all of our BuildaBridge programs. and it's a little mantra. And I want to wish you, Emily, to live the good life that you deserve, and I want to wish all of you out there the good life that you deserve. And Emily, I invite you to also to put that out into the world as well.
Absolutely. Ami, I wish you to live the good life that you deserve, and I wish that for everyone.
Amen. All right. So thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.